Morning people, currently uploading a new video in my current wish list, which is it's one of those easy voiceover videos, but yeah. So today we are getting the hurdles out, which should be fun, but we'll see how it goes. Last time I hurdled was when I was in primary school, and let's be honest, I wasn't great at it, so this is gonna be hilarious, let's be real. They were a bit of a pain to get together, but I think I've managed to do it, but they're quite wide as well. So I've just done 3. You do get 4, but I thought I'd do 3 because obviously sticking them there and they're quite wide, so. Also, so I'm going to do the same sort of things that I normally do, so it's like running, but I've added a few stuff to it since my last video where I was kind of playing around, and it's kind of a little bit of a joke. Well, leg day wasn't that kind of love it serious. The back day was like desperation, but anyway. So what I do is actually for the first 5 minutes when I cross come back, basically the same sort of thing, but for the first half I actually squat walk, so it's where you you're in a squat position and then you walk, if that makes any sense. I might film it, I don't know. So I add that to it now instead of just doing the full like army crawl. So yeah, I'm still gonna do that and then do that after all that. So basically that's to replace jumping over pots, which is kind of a bit what's it. I was like, you know what, I want to get some hurdles, so yeah. This is how I decided to set them up. So I'm going to run down and then run back up and do it that way. I'm still going to fill the last one. I mean, look how fucking high that is. Why did I put it? I actually didn't die. I actually didn't miss it. I thought I was going to miss the last one, but I actually didn't. Now I've established, sorry about this one, how high they are, I'm going to do that for 5 minutes, then take a 2-minute break and then do it for another 5 minutes. So I decided not to do that continually for 5 minutes just because I realised how high the last one is, and every time I go I'm going nearer to knocking it down. So I'm going to like take my time with it for about like 10 minutes and then so. Well, I didn't think I'd enjoy that as well as I did, so I'm going to come on what I normally do. So I do a wall sit, deadlift, but I'm going to use the bag with the bottoms of the hurdles, just because they're actually quite heavy, and then a squat with a front pot as well. I think I forgot to mention, but I wall sit with a plant pot on my thighs, and I do it for 3 rounds. 1 minute off, 1 minute on and 1 minute off. So I did actually have to put rocks in there to make it a little bit more heavy, because apparently a cement pot with a plant in it is more heavier, which I didn't think it was going to be, so I just stuck a load of rocks in it as well. I decided I'm going to use this to squat as well, just because it saves using the plant, because I always get scared just in case I drop it, because I'm screwed because I ain't my plant. Like, yeah. I don't know guys if you want to hear a funny story, but I literally hooked them on completely wrong. That's why it took me ages to do it. I said it was fiddly. There's a reason why these why the clips actually twist, because the way I had it is where I connected it on and I was putting the pole in, but I was putting the pole in long wise. instead of, which is fine doing it that way, but it wasn't like outside the main pole. It was like I was attaching it there, so it made it hard to slip on. I'm an idiot, but I mean it worked. It's just that obviously I think doing it that way they're going to be more secure. But and a lot quicker as well. I don't know. I should have checked because I was looking, how do these go on? And I didn't have no instructions to go with it, and I should have checked on the website, and I never did. I mean, it did its job. I suppose though the only issue doing it this way is if you do get caught, instead of just the pole coming out, you can have the whole thing topple, which may cause more injury. I don't know, depending on how you land and everything like that. So, I mean, my way isn't too bad. It's just more fiddly and a lot harder. So, in essence, I'm actually a retard. Oh yeah, I was checking if you could you could leave a review, and then I came across that, and I was like, oh my god, I'm an idiot. I'm actually a fucking idiot. I actually came across a NoCo flavour I actually don't like. I'm currently drinking Passion, but that's orange juice, the orange flavour. It's still, and I think the reason why I don't like it, basically all these contain green tea extract, and I don't like tea as it is, but when it's cold it's disgusting. So somehow when it's carbonated you don't get that tea taste, but when it's uncarbonated, when it's still, you actually taste the green tea a lot more, and I think that's why I don't really like it. I was like, oh yeah, that's just, orange isn't for me. I wanted to just say I feel really bad for America, like so much. Like the mass employment is going to be really bad for this. Like their government isn't helping us a lot. Like you hear a lot of the time where some workers are pissed off because they're only going to get paid 80%. So basically, if you're not from the UK or Europe, and all I know is America are getting no support. Basically you get furloughed. I never know how to say it, but basically it means where you don't work, like you're being laid off, but you still have your job, if that makes any sense. So during this time, the government in the UK are paying. Obviously there's different like thresholds and stuff like that. Like you have to be on the payroll before a certain date, and self-employed, it's harder to claim, but if you're, if you do meet the criteria, you will get. I'm nearly gonna burp. You will, you will get money. So basically, the government pays 80% of your wages, even though it's 0 hour. Even if you're on a 0 hour contract, you will still get paid. They'll work it out depending on like your other paydays and everything like that, and they'll pay you the highest possible wage they can. Or depending on what company you work for, because obviously the company then sends in how much money, 80% of your whatever. It's confusing, but anyway. And then you've got people moaning, saying that then the staff, their managers aren't paying the 20%. So it's not forced. The government's paying 80% of your wages, but they're not forcing the government to then pay the government to then force the companies to pay 20%. It's up to them if they want to or not, and quite a few aren't, especially when it comes to like fast food and stuff. And you hear people complaining and stuff like that, and you just want to say, guys, at least you're not living in America. That's why like fast foods is still going around in America anyway, because and why there's protests and stuff, because they're not getting paid at all. So if they've been laid off, yeah, they could be still be, working for the company after this, but between now and then, they're not getting paid for shit. Like Trump isn't doing shit all unless they're working for a company that's still paying their wages. Like Jeffree Star, he's still paying his warehouse workers and everyone like that. He's still giving them a wage because obviously he's obviously cares and everything like that, so he's still paying his companies. But even a lot of companies over there, they may afford it but they just choose not to, and the people, they're not getting anything at all, and they're relying on what, food stamps, or hardly any. Like some are only getting what, a sandwich and a apple sauce or something like it's shit. Like, you're lucky you're getting something, so stop fucking complaining. But I've never felt so much compassion towards people in America. You are literally, government does not give a shit. That's the biggest problem with America, where they support you if you want to do like businesses and stuff like that, but they don't want to support you as in give you money when you really need it, that sort of thing. You know what I mean? Like, it's gonna, it's probably gonna be the most hard hitting thing for unemployment and everything like that, and for people dying because they've got no food, like starving and everything like that. Like, is really, really fucking bad in America. And the fact that they can't or just refuse to even help the the people that are living in the country is actually disgusting. But my full heart literally goes to America, because I can't, God knows what half those people are going through at this time at all. Like, seriously, their whole system sucks so bad. Like, I can understand their benefit system, because I would say that benefit system they do is a lot better. They just give them food stamps and stuff like that. That I can understand. But when it's not their fault, they're in a situation where you've had to lock down because of this virus, then your people shouldn't be suffering because it's not their fault. And it's just, I don't know, it's madness up there, madness in America, just utter madness. So I was watching this review of these trainers by another channel, and and then there's a video, this one, apparently there's controversial issues with it, where it's kind of this is a bit awkward because they talk about the Olympics and stuff, and obviously that's not happening until next year. But they're on about how does it give people unfair advantage, because it's like they've kind of got like not a spring, but it feels like a spring in the shoe, but it's actually like a metal plate. But some people are saying, is it giving them an unfair advantage? And while watching this video, it's like comparing between each trainer, and it's like maybe slightly, but obviously the issue was with the wondering is, would professional, like, like Olympics and everything like that, will be able to wear trainers like that, or would it give them an unfair advantage, which we won't find out now anyway till next year. But it's pretty interesting. So instead of doping, because it's not like they're taking enhanced stuff, you could argue and say it's enhanced tech, like, I don't want to say tech, but like footwear that could give them an advantage where other competitors could be wearing, trainers that are not these. But yeah, interesting. But I mean, I don't know too much about Olympics races and stuff like that to know, if they're advantage. The trainers I wear them because I like them, and because they offer that support for somebody who has pronation, which I do. So there's no way of me like twisting my ankle, which I used to do a lot in like secondary school. I used to obviously run it out, but obviously you don't really want to twist your ankle because you could end up spraining your ankle if you're not careful. But yeah, so interesting though. Interesting topic. So every Thursday I like to try and watch at least one film, just cause, and I am currently watching Batman, the Lego movie, which I really like.